The number one indicator that you'll break into medical device sales and be successful is we've had a lot of conversations with a lot of our members, but also I get the opportunity on a monthly basis to talk to CEOs, regional managers, and other reps inside of the industry, people who are the most successful and the people who are not successful. Maybe they broke in, but maybe just been a rep for like 3-4 years, barely just getting by. But the number one indicator that you guys need to understand is it's your mindset. It's what's up here. For many people, when I say that, they're going to be like, oh, Jacob, but my mindset's great. And that's actually a giant indicator that it's not that great. It needs a lot of work. People who have a mindset of like a growth mindset are always saying, hey, is there one thing I can get better? Is there something else I can do that can make me stand out? Give me that edge. We find it in many industries that are like, oh no, I'm already the best. That's what happens is like they had a good quarter, they had a good month, whatever it is, and then it starts to fall down. So I just wanted to go over some of the things that we see for medical device sales, what you need to be focusing on to overcome so you can be successful in medical device sales, not only breaking into it, but once you're in it. Number one thing that I actually have written down, negative self-talk. What many people do, they actually say worse things to themselves than you would never say that to a friend or a person out loud. And I'll never forget having a conversation and somebody was like, would you talk to another person the way you talk to yourself? And I was like, oh, no way, because of ABC. That's one of the things that was keeping me stuck, not only breaking in, but also keeping me being very successful. You're always your biggest critic, which is, of course, we're always going to have that. But then you were beating yourself down. You're not being able to actually think bigger because you're like, oh, you're probably going to fail. You're not going to be able to get this. You guys are like, oh, I probably won't message this person because they're probably not going to respond. I've already sent that because it's not going to work. Or why would they look at me because of, and you guys go through this negative self-talk that attacks yourself because maybe it's a lack of confidence. Maybe it's because this is brand new to you all. Somebody told you, a teacher, a friend, a parent, whoever told you you're not good enough. You'll never be able to do this. You're always stuck. The number one thing you have to do is start working on the negative self-talk for yourself, because once you get in this industry, just understand, we always say it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. So you have to be your biggest fan. You have to be pushing yourself. You have to be like, hey, one more opportunity, one more shot, one more place to go. That one more could get you the opportunity of landing a big deal, meeting a doctor, converting an account. If you always come from the negative of like, nah, like why would they choose me anyway? Or it's probably a waste of time. Well, you actually never know. We all have it, but it's being aware of that self-talk, because many of the people we work with, they're telling me all of the doubts they have. They're telling me all the fake things they have in their head of why it won't work or why they're not good enough. And a lot of times, half of it for me is just believing in them and telling them why they would be amazing. After helping thousands of people break into medical device sales, we've received a lot of messages of asking for more personalized coaching and mentorship. Our average member breaks in 8.5 weeks at over $105,000. And if you're really interested and really motivated to break into medical device sales, you can click the link below or check out our website at newtomedicaldevicesales.com. See all the testimonial videos of people breaking in with Medtronic at over $170,000, at Abbott, $175,000 as a full-line rep. So if you're really excited and also motivated and wanting personalized coaching and mentorship, then go and click the link below, schedule a call, and we'll get you where you want to go. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Number 2, this is what paralyzes most people. Aaron Rodgers, you guys can feel however you want to feel about him, but he actually has a line: if you want to take advice from them, don't take the criticism from them. Being yelled at, being told you're not good enough, having people ghost you. When you guys are trying to break in, you're going to message people on LinkedIn. Let's just say if you reached out to 10 people, like sales, if you closed 30%, that's amazing. That's awesome. Well, that's 3 out of 10. That's not even half. You need to think about it in a different realm of, I'm just going to send it to them. And how I always looked at it, I was like, all these people are fake. They're a LinkedIn profile with a name. I was like, they're all robots. I just send it to them. And then I was like, oh, if somebody reaches out, oh, they're not fake. I sent plenty of messages when I was trying to break in that maybe I said the wrong name or whatever. Just take the frame of, oh my gosh, what if I say something wrong? Or what if this person says something mean or whatever it is? Just take it away. Don't worry about it. We talk to members all the time, and I always prep people. You're going to have people that you reach out to that they're probably just having a bad day. Maybe they just got yelled at by a doctor or a surgeon, or their case didn't go the way they wanted to. You're going to get on a call with them, and you might not have the clinical background or the sales background or everything they're looking for. And they're just going to make you feel bad. People wanting to make themselves feel better. So they're going to put you down and say a lot of not encouraging things. And I've always shared the story of like the person who told me that I must suck, that I need to just give up. If I've talked to that many people, I must just be horrible. Funny enough, I broke in as a full line rep. We were the exact equivalent of job title. And I watched 30 days later, he quit the industry altogether. If you are doing anything good and you're hustling and you're hungry and all of the stuff, you are going to get people who don't like that because most people aren't that way. Like I was just sharing with our team, I actually just yesterday got a message from somebody from the medical device world who called me and left a very colorful message, not saying the most nice things about me. Here's the reality. They don't know me. They've never talked to me. That says a lot more about them than it does about us. You'll get it no matter how successful you get or where you're trying to get to. People are going to be mad because the people want to be mad. You can't let that slow you down. So you have to come over the mindset of like, oh my gosh, what if somebody says something mean? And cool, they said something mean. People who hate or message you or say mean things or nasty, that says everything about them. It doesn't say anything about you. Why? Because I have in my notes, this is my favorite part, because the real ones want you to win. The people who are doing good want you to win. The people who want to help will help. The thing for me is you guys see all the members we have come on here that joined and then now they're in medical device sales and we get a pump and we get a watch and you see the testimonials and I always just say, hey, why is that happening? Because they got so much value and they're loving it. Why do I share that with you all? Because I want them to do better than me. That is the whole goal of a great mentor, not a good mentor. A good mentor hopes you achieve a goal and does okay. But a great mentor hopes you beat them, hopes you do it faster than them, hopes you make more money than them, hopes you whatever. And so just understand the people who want you to win are going to help you. It takes a small person to tear a lot of people down. That's it. Just pick people up, right? So just so you guys know, don't worry about haters. I just share that. We all have them. Everyone will always have them. 3, I talk to people and the first thing they say is they're like, so I'm going to break it in 3 weeks. And I'm like, great. That's awesome. How many interviews you got? And they're like 0. And I'm like, that could be a challenge. Then if it doesn't happen in 3 weeks, here's the problem. They could have just gone another 3 weeks and now they broke in 6 weeks and it's amazing. But what happened is they had this timeline of 3 weeks. They don't break in 3 weeks and now they're mad. And now they get depressed. And now they stopped reaching out to people. And now they slowed down their stuff because they beat themselves up, because they're not as good, because they made some fake goal that didn't make any sense, that wasn't actually achievable because of blah, 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 blah. This is what I see cause anxiety and people struggle. Fake timelines. Like our average is 8.5 weeks. So people come in and they're like, oh my gosh, 8.5 weeks. So I have to do it in 4 weeks because I'm better. And then they freak out and then they have a little mental breakdown and their anxiety. And the only thing that happened was it was all the fake constraints they put in their head. And now they caused anxiety for no reason. Okay. If it takes 6 weeks or it takes 9 weeks, is that really gonna, like, are you gonna care in 5 years? You won't, right? But everyone puts these like, oh, I have to because whatever. I always have timelines. And the reality of it is all the timelines are fake. But for someone who's a driven person who has goals, it helps us drive and it helps us all push, right? I understand that. But again, be realistic. There are timelines that you should have, right? Like I would just tell people if you've been trying for over 2 months and it's not going anywhere, like we literally just document that you can do it. But the people who come to us and they're like, I have to do 3 weeks, or like we get people in college that are like, I have to break in this year. And I'm like, you're a junior. You can't even get the job because you don't have a degree. Like, chill. I already mentioned about this, but like for a mindset, what's actually reality? One of the guys I personally know, he said, in every situation, there's one person's side, there's the other person's side, and then there's the truth. That's a really great way to think about it. You had something happen, but you're seeing it from your lens. Oh, this person didn't respond back because of ABC. And then you guys play something that's actually not even real. And then that deters you and it stops you. And like, what's actually realistic? What is reality? Did that manager not respond to you because they hate your guts and they think you're horrible? Or did they just not respond to you because they're on a vacation with their child? That just happened for one of our people. So that's why I share that. Take away what's actually reality. Stop telling yourselves all these fake stories. Massive piece. Accept the hard. This is hard. That's what weeds everybody out. Alex Hormozi has a great line and he says, what makes entrepreneurship hard is most entrepreneurs come in with the mindset already knowing it's going to be hard. So they're prepped for it to be hard. And then it's actually 10 times harder than what it actually was prepped for. So that makes it that much harder. Everybody wants to come in, make 6 figures, drive a nice car, have a good work-life balance, work with surgeons, financially free, set yourself up, all the above. But not everyone's willing to do all of the work and stay committed for 3 weeks. 3 months. That's hard, but that's actually what will set your life up for the rest of your life. Usually when something's hard, 90% of people are just going to weed out by themselves. If you can just accept that it's going to be hard and you're like, yeah, I love that it's hard. that's what's always been my life. I'm like, it's hard. Awesome. Let's go towards it. I actually find myself always wanting to do the harder thing, which actually hurts me in a lot of ways. So this comes kind of went to a mindset when I was learning about like why people can't do cold plunges. It has nothing to do with the water. It's actually all up here. It's the psychological. And what people do is they go in and then they have panic attacks and they freak themselves out. They hyperventilate, whatever it is. Because what most people do is they focus on the suck. They focus on the hard and they're like, oh my gosh, this is hard. It's hard. And then they focus on the hard every single day instead of just being like, yeah, this is hard. Cool. Go. Now do the actions that are still hard, but do the actions and stop focusing on how hard it is. What I wanted to share with you guys, because this is actually what's going to help you in medical device sales and in your life, because we just got somebody, she was making $80,000. She just got accepted at $130,000, changed her life. It's absolutely amazing. I actually had to tell her, and I'm going to tell you guys the same line. I was like, you have to decide to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Why we were talking about that is because she was telling me how she's like, I can't go eat out places because she's not financially making enough. And I was like, well, you just added a whole $50,000+ into your income. So even if you ate out $2,000 a month, that's $24K. You still have $30K or $25K, whatever it is. That's actually not the constraint anymore. You have to decide that it's okay. Oh, what about my family members? But what about my friends? What happens is as you level up your life, you're also going to level up your friends, your family, and it's a choice. It's why they say the 5 people you spend your most time around is actually going to influence your life. If you're staying with a bunch of people, like for her, I talked, you're going to go now make 130 and the whole goal is 150, 200. Now that's not saying you can't have friends that make less. That's not what I'm saying. Let's just say she gets to 150. Her making 150 and still hanging out with a friend at $50,000, that's 2 different lives. But also what people don't understand is to make 150, it's a certain amount of stress. It's a certain lifestyle. It's a certain thing. And what actually matters is you find out that the people making under 100 grand are just complaining about stuff that actually doesn't matter. It's drama, it's bull crap, it's stuff that they actually could fix if they just wanted to do it. And it's like, you just get to a point where you're like, I don't want to hear about that complaint anymore. I want, for my life, I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to be financially stable and I want to be in a good spot. You have to decide that. You have to understand as you guys make that decision that it could come with changes. I just want you guys to know, I talk to people every single day, and the number one thing that I can tell if they're going to be in medical device sales and actually even be successful is the mindset they have when I'm talking to them and how they use their language. Because if they're using like can't or I've never or it's not possible, you're going to struggle for the rest of your life because of your mindset where you're at and what's actually possible compared to if you're like speaking with language of like, yeah, I absolute and very positive, all of that, you can see where that goes. And so just so you guys know, it's why I put together a little mini course that's literally going to give you hours and hours of mindset work for you guys to actually not only have the mindset to break into medical device sales, the mindset to actually come in and perform in medical device sales. Everybody thinks I get this job and then I make the money. And it's actually, you have to become the person who's worth $150,000 for a company to pay you $150,000. And then there's the things you have to do to make that. And it all starts up here. So I'm putting this out there. I wanted to make this. Hopefully it can be helpful. If not, no worries. Hope this podcast was helpful. But I just want you guys to know, I want you to win. I want you to break into medical device sales. And my goal every single day is to watch you change your own lives, because you guys get to sit here. Like I just think about the Tobys. Like he just texted me. He's in California living his best life, eating 5-star restaurants. 6 months ago, he wasn't doing that. He was struggling financially. He's all that stuff. And now you get to see where his life's at. Everything I put out there, like you guys can believe it or not believe it. It's your call, right? Question everything. I want you to win. I want you to have success. I want you to live your best life, because you're literally one decision away, one mindset shift away, one choice away from changing your whole life. Because I was in the exact same shoes you were, and I decided to make that one choice, and it's been great ever since. Keep choosing you. Keep going after your goals. Go break into medical device sales and absolutely crush it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.